Hi everyone, it's Mario Maroni here. Today we are with Andrea. Andrea works for NHS.
Yes, that's correct.
He came to me for mainly stiffness on the back. He feel the spine to be very hard.
Yes.
Yeah, very hard. He plays a lot of sport and especially does martial arts.
Martial arts mostly, yes. Boxing, fencing, touching mostly.
Okay. I already checked. I know what's going on. He agreed to show his back and the front just because I want to show you how misaligned he is, and then I will do some tests and we will see what is the problem.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, fine.
Just relax completely. Do you want to remove the top?
Right.
Okay, so now let's look at him. Just relax completely, look forward. Do you feel you are straight in front of the camera?
Yes, I think.
Yes. Okay, now try to see this part, how twisted on this way. So you can see the shoulders are not on the same level. All this part of the trunk is basically, it looks a little bit over the left. And also he had a massive injury here. So basically he had a bike accident in which a car took it from the front, yeah?
Yeah, it was a frontal hit.
Yeah, so basically you
I jumped over not to be trampled by the car and I landed on the right shoulder.
The shoulder dislocated and he had an operation. I will show you a picture of it and I will zoom a little bit on it. It's a big operation. There are 3 scars on a shoulder. I already checked, so that's the main problem. He is playing a lot of physical, let's say a lot of martial art, boxing. So he has some. He said he has an abscess here now, but now and then he always has some kind of pain around because he has a lot of contact. Okay, let's do some tests. First of all, I will push the shoulder down now. This is the left one, and this is the right one. So the right one is a lot more stiff than the other one. It doesn't look very natural, especially around here where there's been the operation. And if I do something like this and like this, he feels this side doesn't bend. I will read you the test on the bed. Now, can you go on your back? Can you just turn? Yeah, just turn around. Okay, this is the back. Now, try to see this part here, how bent it is, and then here. It looks like he has a little bit of scoliosis. Here you can see a curve like that, this part here, but mainly this is the important, okay? This is the important because this tells you there is a lack of curve that starts here, and then the spine looks a little bit overall in extension. Okay, in this position you should see the vertebra sticking out a little bit. You don't see anything here. Now we will ask him to bend forward a little bit. Just try to bend, like that. Yeah, come a bit. Okay, and that's it. And return back. You see, you don't basically see this part, the spinous process, to stick out at all. Okay, you don't see them at all. And you should mainly, the problem is here. It's around here, this part. So the operation and the dislocation itself obviously created an injury on the very top of the brachial plexus. So this is the problem. He cannot bend the neck. Look in front of the camera. Yeah, just turn around again. Stay like that. Okay, now let's do some tests. Try to bend the neck on a side. Okay, and the other one? Okay, you see, he compensates with the shoulder. He cannot really bend on this side. Okay, return back. Now, like this. Okay, and the other. Okay, here you can see a little bit less, but you need to see the symmetry and you need to look at this part. The very top of the shoulder is completely different than the other one. Okay, what do I do with a patient like this? The usual. I always do the same. think. I check the scalp, and the scalp got a lot of information from the scalp. So I was like that. You can see probably the head is a little bit twisted and that way. Yeah, you can see. The head looks a little bit this way. There is a reason. The reason is exactly because he has an irritation here. So wherever I touch around the head tends to be moved over the shoulder. So if I touch the shin, I feel something moving toward the shoulder. This is the area which needs to be treated. The scar is quite big. I will show a picture. We need to remember to take a picture. And then we see the difference before and after. Now, from this position is even easier because the spine is completely relaxed. So we can do a lot of tests, which are the usual. So look at this. Spine moves a lot, okay? The other side doesn't. And as long as you go down, it gets better, okay? So here is better than here. Here doesn't move. The shoulder, this one moves better than this one. I already know there is an injury there. The scar, I don't feel anything specific on it. If I try to lift this shoulder and this shoulder, okay, so here, okay, I cannot lift it. Here, okay, so it's a massive difference. This already tell you there is a problem. So for a therapist to do one, yeah, it's more heavy on this side, but you can move it a little bit. This one is completely different. This one is light. This part is completely blocked. So this simple test that take, what, 10 seconds, already tell you this part is the most important. It doesn't matter where he has the pain. For him, the main problem is this stiffness. If I go to the lumbar spine and I try to move it up, I cannot do it. He has a restriction on the right side flexion of the spine. The left one moves enough. Okay? If I try to bend the spine this way, it doesn't go. This part is more heavy, but this part is blocked. This is the injury. This is the treatment. There is nothing else that can be done for this guy today. Okay? Zoom in a little bit. Okay. So the treatment is the usual. It's quite easy. There is a, you feel here, C2, C3, it's dislocated over the right. Can you move over the left a little bit? Just move your body. Yeah, just give a bit of space. Good. So this one and this one. Because the scar is quite wide, there is one part on the front, one on the top, and one on the back. I need to find a way in which I can feel all the arm. Okay. So just go here, on the very bottom of the humerus. And what do I feel? The usual. Just feel a compression. So my hands are moving toward each other. So there is something like this. Okay? I need to treat. I need to feel a release. And take a deep breath. È diverso, it's different, yeah? Now this part is better. It's not 100%. I mean, it's still heavy, but nothing compared with before. Have you felt some click in there?
Not
You jumped a little bit. Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, you were sleeping. It's almost the same. You feel it? This one you need to feel, and you need to feel. Look at this. Now, his leg is still like that, a little bit. So, he jumped a little bit when the treatment ended, basically. There's been a release. He jumped, he was sleeping. And now we need to recheck the scar. And I'm sure I will feel something completely different, okay? The treatment has been quite short. There may be something else on the arm. I need to double check. Now, the left side still moves better than the right. And when I touch the skull did this anyway. So I need to recheck this one, but I need to check basically all the right side. Because he had basically this injury in which he was involved in a bike accident. Basically, you flew away. Lift a little bit your pelvis. Okay, lay down. Take a deep breath. Okay. Now, when you have an accident, a car accident, a bike accident, a motorbike accident, doesn't matter. The spine tends to compress. Okay, so my hands should move toward each other. I need to check very well. There can be still something on the left shoulder, which is more important. Deep breath. To be honest, the head still moves a little bit toward the side. He had, look, there is a scar here. What is this? Is that burning?
Cut.
Okay, he has a big scar here as well, and he said he broke the toes, the thumb. So thumb here, there is a big scar. So there is a lot of things on this arm. Okay, so I want to just double check, because it will be a little bit more challenging to achieve a proper release. But I already know it's better, but it's not completely done. Do you remember hitting your head or things like that?
When I had the accident? Yeah.
You had on the side?
I had the helmet, I cracked his head.
Okay. Look, this is what I may feel now. So it is different. It is definitely different, and the neck bends on the right side a lot better. Take a deep breath. Now there may be a treatment there. Okay, let's do this. Let's recheck the lumbar spine. Now look at this. You feel it different. Okay, and this was the most stuck. Okay, it's completely different. So it's already a lot better, but because the injury was on a side, an injury on a side, arm, leg, rib, they can create a lot of misalignment, so the spine gets very, very stiff. Now it looks like he has an injury here on the skull, which mechanically can have a less influence on the mechanic of the spine, but can create lots of trouble anyway, especially on the pelvis. important is that the condition is completely different. Completely different. Even the leg release. It's a pity we didn't show it. I need to tell me, did you have any? On the pelvis, you don't recall anything. Coccyx.
I don't think
No. Because this, what I'm feeling here. So mainly the top doesn't really work. The top is very connected with the very bottom of the pelvis. So usually can be or an injury here or an injury on the coccyx. Lift a little bit your head. Okay. Okay. Now how stuck it is here. So the side flexion improved, but still the skull creates an irritation around C2 and C3, which is the end of the trigeminal nerve, basically the innervation of the skull. Take a deep breath. When you breathe, the cervical spine moves toward the top, so it's another little confirmation. Take a deep breath. Now, when you breathe, I feel a little bit more on this side. It was a little bit more on this side, or where was the injury? More on the right? Yeah, okay. I feel something like that, which could be this area, or could be, for example, a fracture of the hip. It's not the hip, because when you breathe, you continue to compress. Okay, so I already know there is an injury there, on this area, right side. Do you feel the difference? It's a bit hard, eh? You feel it, yeah? It's definitely less stiff. No. Look, this one it becomes different. This one. So the right side now is more equal to the left. There's been few clicks. So there was the injury mainly on the top of the frontal bone. So the frontal bone and the occipital bone, they were moving together. So I waited and just adjusted, and then it was like a click. And then the occipital bone now it's slight, it moves up and down. There's still a torsion, there are other injuries, but for the moment, I think for today, look at this, we can be quite happy. This is important. This will anyway release all the spine. You feel it, man? Look at this. It's completely. There was the top and the bottom of the lumbar spine, right side, were completely stuck. The top, brachial plexus, and the bottom as well. But plus the skull is connected with the pelvis, so the pelvis still. Look at this. Very good. Okay. So the body needs to become more equal when I lift left and right. Now look at this. One. You see? It's more heavy on this side. Now, the left side became more heavy. You can tell there is this leg completely straight. It has to be something there. Good? It's a lot more soft. It looks a little bit more straight here. The spine here, I already know. They will go on the, just turn around. It will take, now there are a lot of lines from the back. Stay like this, stay straight, completely straight. Just straight the back. Put your feet straight. It's very, very hard to tell. Bend a little bit. Still you cannot feel the spine. The mobility in between the two shoulders changed completely. Stay straight. Now you see a lot of lines, so it's hard to tell. but definitely there is more mobility on this side. Now it looks like the left side has injury. Again, he may have some injury on the rib. Doesn't look too bad. On the left side, do you recall anything specific?
I'm sure that.
On the left side. Just return on your back, please. That's it.
I saw scars. No.
I show you the scar which he has on the shoulder. Let's show the shoulder scar. So, this is one part of the scar. Plus scar here, and there is something on the front, right? Yeah, this one. This one. Okay. Which other scar do you have? Ah, okay. This one was on the arm as well. And then?
On here, on here, on here.
Okay, so because he plays a lot of this martial art, basically we need to consider that the body will have lots of scar, lots of injury around. For today, I think it's enough. You fell asleep, there's been many click around the body. The lumbar spine is definitely better, the neck is better, bends more on this side, the shoulder goes down more. Let me check. Yeah, let's do this test. Just look at me.
Definitely.
Look at me. You feel a different?
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. 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 This is very good.